Welcome to the Ed Outreach Training Program online. Part F explores biodiversity and the population sampling activity from the program When Invasives Attack. Biodiversity is defined as the measure of the variety of organisms within an ecosystem. In many situations, quantifying and observing an entire population is impossible due to the very large number of subjects. This is where statistical sampling comes in. This is where you observe a representative section of a population or an area, perform an experiment or observation, and extrapolate the outcomes back to the population or area as a whole, instead of trying to observe an entire huge population or area at one time.
You receive this script ahead of time. The point of this station is to use a standard scientific sampling technique. In this case, utilizing quadrats to compare the biodiversity of the benthic or bottom-dwelling animals of the two lakes. Divide your group in half and have one subgroup use the technique on one lake bottom and the other subgroup work on the other. Ask the students to read the corresponding material in the booklet and record their data. They can use the identification guide to help them. What if an organism is partway in the quadrat and partway outside? Do we count it? You can decide as a team. Just be sure to apply your decision consistently across your sampling. This particular quadrat size and this method of sampling is appropriate for the type, size, and abundance of organisms we are counting. We would not use this method to count squid or birds, naturally. There are variations on this method to suit different situations. Make sure the students count the number of individuals of each species and record them. Ask the students to look at the lake bottom image without the quadrat to assess presence or absence of the invasive mussels. They may want to use the hand lenses.
This is the most often overlooked aspect of the activity when students become engaged with materials. Remind students often, scientists record their observations so that they can be shared and communicated, and ultimately used by others. Assist students with instructions as needed, including how the different test results are interpreted. Facilitate comparisons of results. How might you ensure that you make a good estimate after you do your sample count? How could sampling go wrong? Help students consider what the different test results might mean in the context of the two bodies of water. If you have any questions about your work with Ed Outreach Day, please contact Barbara Leese at barbara.leese@aiu3.net.